We want revolution.
Bookmark words on standby.
Log online, fan page loaded and ready.
Player stats, loaded. Health check, go.
Weapons check. Ice check, complete.
We have launched for the Informant Podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Informant Podcast, your new source for information regarding Mafia Wars from Zynga. Pistol Pete from Stockholm.
Live long and prosper.
And tonight I have with me Chainsaw Chester, Jana, Death by Gucci, and Jennifer, the Mafia Wars loot lady. So? What's new with everybody?
Soda pop?
Soda. That was the craziest thing when I came to Kansas, was everybody says pop.
It's
I
weird
came
when
from
people say
soda.
that, isn't it?
They say that in Michigan too.
Well, in Texas, we order a Coke, and they ask what kind.
What kind?
You know, they
It's
have
all-
to
it's
ask
all a
now
Coke.
because it's
It's
either
all
a
a
Coke
Coke.
or it's a Pepsi.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, it's a Coke or a Dr. Pepper, or it could even be a Sprite.
Yeah.
It's a Texas weird thing.
Okay, for everybody that is tuning in, that has an adult beverage or any type of wetness that they can put in their mouth,
Including
take that
water.
one. That's right. Look on the page. Look on the Facebook page. Look on the informantpodcast.com page. We have a new drinking game, and get the rules, look at them, and then rewind and start over and listen to the episode. Hopefully you're not alone doing this.
That's,
And if you are alone, jump in a Skype room. We should build an Informant Podcast Skype room.
Yeah, I think
because we're not in enough rooms.
well, we could leave. I would say if we start a new room, we get to leave at least 3.
I
Right.
like that.
Yeah,
I like that too. And then we could
This-
say we're focusing on our own room. I'm sorry, we have to go.
Yeah, because the Skype room thing is a bit out of control.
And then,
It
that would work perfect for the mocks without setting up separate rooms, is just use our podcast room.
There you go.
So it would be
You
a
know?
room that fans could be a part of as well.
Fans
Exactly.
could be a part, but then during mock wars, it's fans and people having fun.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like we now have a new
Skype
a new
room.
room in Skype.
Yes, we do.
So we've got a new room in Skype. If you guys want to be in it, we'll put a thread up. Go ahead and post your name in, and we'll get you in.
Yeah, because we're not going to just add everybody that is on our list. If you want to be in, you can be in. We're not going to force anybody.
I'm going to force you.
I have to go?
I'm also going to force you to lose. In the
Oh,
month.
please. I'm not planning on losing. That is not in my strategy.
Hey,
And
why
there
don't you
is
ask
no strategy.
Mr. Laffy over there what he's got going on?
How is that going, Mr. Pete?
The War Machine?
Well, in
Yes.
Spock World altogether, but the War Machine specifically.
Specifically the War Machine, I'll have to defer to Ike and Martin because they're taking on the fight module changes, but I see no problem with them being ready in time for the mock. I wish
Okay.
it would have been done a lot sooner, but, we all have our own family obligations, and just like with Show Family comes first, so...
That's right,
It's
baby.
coming up on this Friday.
Yes,
so.
it is. So it'll be ready to rock and roll then. The numbers are a little low. We've got like 176 to 97.
And
So-
there are a lot of people that have written if they're not busy and they just needed less time to think about it, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we'll have a surge there at the end. But
Yep.
either way, I got plenty of targets to ice because I'm
Well, that's true.
hurting on women.
Yeah, if we have less people.
Exactly.
That's right. I'm telling you, submarine mode.
Mr. Emmett, take her down. Take her depth 150 feet, 10 degree down, Bubba.
150 feet, 10 degree down, Bubba. Aye, sir.
That's what you're going to
It's
do.
gonna be damn hard for you.
Oh,
And then as
well.
far as with the rest of Stockholm, we've been pretty slow with any like new things. We've had minor updates to little things, inventory group and some things like that. But, probably this show I'll take a couple of minutes to talk about like the concept of modding, that with our scripts and with any scripts that are out there, there's this idea that, they're open and free to the public and you can do whatever you want with them. I guess from our standpoint at Spockholm, we'd really encourage those that end up using our scripts as a base point to create modifications that they'd share them with us, because then we get the opportunity to turn around and share them with the community, providing they're not something so specialized that it's only going to, appeal to, 3 people, then it really doesn't fit. But sometimes there's some really good mods that happen that we don't ever hear about, and it's kind of a shame because I think there'd be a larger audience that would get benefit from it. So if you're out there and you've decided to take on one of our scripts and kind of flavor it a little bit to do something that we hadn't thought of, share it back with us. And then if it's something that has appeal to the masses, then we'd like to give that, have an opportunity to give it back out to other people.
Flash.
Well, it's the right thing to do because they use your code to make the thing.
Right.
So you would think they would give you what they did and let you promote it through.
Yeah, and we're always, and if we haven't ever given credit to somebody for something that they've written, then, it'll be brought to our attention. We never go out of our way to take credit for other people's work and, try to piggyback off of it and say that it's ours. When I started the Bagman Mugger, there was a gentleman out there, Hep, that I think that's how he pronounces it, and he was the one that actually came up with the original concept for kind of the Mugger, I suppose, or the script that was the baseline for it, and then it just from there it just took on a whole new direction, tied to the the favorite quote section and things like that. So we will give credit where credit's due, and we're not out here to slight other people of what hard work they've taken the time to put in. And I think that's where I hope, as we move forward with this concept of plugins for some of the scripts, and as we get a chance to go back and redo some of the old scripts to have the same functionality, then it'll be an opportunity for people to write those plugins. Or like with the checklist, if you come up with, a good checklist item that, others would benefit from, then share the code. Post it on our wall or add it to the discussion boards and let it, give other people a chance to use similar type pieces of code, as long as it's not, you don't feel it's so proprietary. So I think that's about it. I'll be short and sweet tonight.
Well, what's up with you, Jen?
Surprisingly, not a whole lot.
No?
Pause. Hold on. Here comes the list.
Uh-oh, yeah, there's always more.
Well, since the last show, the only new thing we got was the Farmers Insurance loot event. And it's a mirror image copy paste of the X-Men. So you just have to collect 7 items. If you collect 4 of each 7, you'll get the Ruby Mastery item.
Which is their blimp.
Right. It's not a blimp. It's an airship.
Whatever. It's a blimp.
It's a blimp to me. That's what
they called it the dang Goodyear blimp. And now all of a sudden it's an airship. They're designed exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Well, I did get I got an email from somebody that lives in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, or is it
Oshkosh Bagosh?
Yeah, that's where they have the huge air show every year.
Right, and that's going on. And she took pictures and gave me a lot of links for information about the airship.
Oh, and they had the flag, the airship there?
Yeah, and there's a video. I put it all on my blog.
Cool.
So I learned a lot about the airship.
Yeah, I have some friends that run a detailing business for the airline industry, and they go to Oshkosh every year, so that's how I knew about it.
It's the biggest airport.
Pardon me?
It is the biggest airport. It has the most traffic or something like that.
Well, they get a lot of small planes in every year.
No, I guarantee you it's not the largest airport.
Isn't that one in China?
It has some stat. I could go look it up.
Yeah, Beijing is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
It's America.
Texas, Dallas, DFW is massive with 6 actives and 2 sides. We throw them in. Over 13,000 foot runways.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Massive.
But she's probably right with small aircraft though, because Oshkosh will get in a tremendous amount of planes.
It's the busiest airport in the world for this week.
Yeah, for this week.
So.
But you do get a lot in
this event is not difficult. It's all like what we found with the X-Men. You can put the stuff on your wish list. You have to give extras that you collect from jobs and fighting. You're not allowed to keep more than 10. So if you don't post a news feed to give them away, they're going to just be taken from your inventory. Poof. So there's no reason that there should be anybody out there without a Ruby blimp. These aren't hard to get.
They're actually called airships, Jen.
It's a Zeppelin, right?
Yeah, it is
lead?
a Zeppelin.
Is it made of lead?
No. So anyways, I
got a whole lot of love for that.
It looks more like a advertisement campaign than it does really an event. They could have made it better by having the items be useful.
Well, I'm pretty sure farmers paid a shitload of money to get all this stuff done.
Oh, probably. And they've done what they accomplished. They got the word out. And then there's a contest, too, that Farmers is also hosting called Wise Guy Weekend in Vegas. And I don't want to knock
Chester,
it.
what the hell are you eating?
Yeah, jeez.
I'm going
None,
to
yeah.
eat.
So now he's going to be like really quiet. 2 seconds early, he's chewing on peanuts or
You
something like
puke
that.
before you chomp on your food.
Sorry,
Just
kids.
stop.
Can I get you a drink?
I gotta dry up some of this stuff.
Yeah, on mute.
Anyways, if you want to go to Vegas for 2 nights and stay at the Flamingo, enter
Who the hell
this-
wants to stay at the Flamingo?
Thank you. I said that on my blog post. I said that.
But it's the newly remodeled Flamingo.
It's still a piece of shit flamingo. I stayed there back in 78.
Is it too pink for you?
No,
They
that was
made
it was the
monks.
first hotel out there in Vegas was the
It's old.
Flamingo.
Yeah, it was.
That was Bugsy's.
Because this prize you can win in addition to 2 nights at the Flamingo, the places that you get tickets for are kind of lame too. Like there's
Where are they
this,
sending you to Circus?
no, Rat Pack is back. Like please,
Oh,
And
give me
this-
a break.
that's an old show.
And the mob
And then-
Too
experience.
bad Gantz isn't still alive.
Yeah,
You could actually
Club
go and see him.
experience. They should send you to a strip club and give you gambling money. That would make it worth it.
Why don't you? They just send you out to Sam's Town.
Oh,
Ew.
Exactly.
so that's enough of Farmers Insurance. I
Yeah,
think.
please, thank you.
And we all know Bangkok's closing. We made that big breaking news on the last show. But to help people out, now I only feel bad for newer players that weren't here when a
I
long
don't feel
time
bad for
ago.
anybody.
Well, it was a very long time ago. They said Bangkok was going to close. The community freaked out. We need more time. We haven't finished it. So they put it on hold. So this should have been in the back of everybody's mind for probably the last 2 or 3 months at least. And people should have been working on Bangkok, but it doesn't work that way. When they
No.
saw this mission, Bangkok's closing, you have 6 days, panic strikes. Like
Why,
just
why does everybody freak out when something closes?
I
Because
The
don't
money
know.
is worthless. You're not getting good achievements. It costs $5
wanna
billion baht to do something.
But
It's
here's
dead. Go in and do Brazil.
well, anyways,
Brazil's
that's
decent.
just human.
LA or not LA? What is it? Italy and
You're gonna get better loot. Bangkok is just. It's old. How long was it around even?
It's been around a long ass time.
Probably about a year, I would guess. Maybe
Really?
a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
in order to help players get more bot, Zynga decided to give some incentive for buying reward points. And so you know how that Trader Go pop up comes up, and then you get a loot item if you buy 86 reward points.
It's annoying me to death.
Oh, tell me about it. But anyways, you can get bought if you purchase reward points. But what they're offering is a drop in the bucket compared to what you would need. So it's kind of funny. And then we get this pop-up every single time we log in. And a lot of us finished Bangkok like way long ago. So we don't even give a flip about bot.
Now, wait a minute now.
Well,
I
except
have-
you. When you're not going to finish it and you don't care. So this pop-up should not amuse you either.
That's right. See, I've only finished New York and Cuba. That's it.
Wow.
Well, you're a fighter. You're not a completionist.
I like to fight too, but I'm still only have.
But you
Brazil
like
left.
to finish stuff.
I do
yeah.
like to finish
Yeah.
it too, though. So when I'm out of stamina, I run out of energy very quickly in Brazil. But still,
Yeah.
it's just two
I
clicks.
guess I'm just a slacker. Everything in my life I'll do half-assed. I'll do just a little part of this and then I'll bail out and do something else. I'll blame ADHD.
That's what I do, and then I go with the concussion.
Oh, you
if that doesn't
Chester
work.
totally has that.
Yeah,
I have OCD where I have to do everything. You have ADD. You can't do.
we all have something.
Can you imagine somebody who had ADD and OCD?
Look, shiny.
Wow. Shiny. What is that?
But it's not shiny enough, so I have to clean it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what?
It's you. What?
We didn't bring up the big to-do about the rollbacks that are imminent. Well, we kind of did. But they made a blog post announcement that if you had too much war loot, they were going to roll back your account. And so it has everyone freaking out. But how do they know?
Well, the telling how much people have is easy. It's just
No,
a
I
query
know,
against
but-
the database.
The thing is, the loot items refresh so fast in this game. I think it would be better service on their end to just, fix the glitches that were enabling people to get unlimited loot and then move on. Bring out the War 6 and 7, and then in like a month or two, it's not going to matter if Joe Blow has 500 parachute gliders or whatever they are.
Right.
That, I don't know. That's kind of how I think. Like, it doesn't piss me off.
No.
I have like 10 of them. I'm not a big war person. And I don't use the automated scripts to help in wars either.